Welcome back to the Unrevealed Realities. Here, we explore the stories hidden behind ordinary streets, in lives unnoticed by most, where quiet courage and kindness ripple far beyond their humble beginnings. In Secret Chapters, we step into those corners where humanity leaves its subtle, invisible marks. The city is still wrapped in the fragile haze of dawn. Fog hangs low over narrow streets, and the soft hum of early traffic is barely audible. Yet, in a tiny, weathered tailor shop tucked into a quiet alley, light flickers steadily. Inside, a man with roughened hands and a quiet gaze is already at work. He has no wealth to speak of, no fame to carry, but in his heart resides a boundless determination. The hum of the sewing machine fills the small room, merging with the rhythm of his heartbeat. This man, whom everyone in the neighborhood knows as the tailor, holds a secret larger than any fabric he stitches. Each year, as the school season approaches, he crafts school uniforms and backpacks for children who cannot afford them. He does this quietly, without announcements, without media, without recognition. For these children, who might otherwise drop out of school due to lack of resources, these humble creations are lifelines. They carry not just books, but hope, dignity, and the possibility of a future. The shop smells faintly of cloth, thread, and polish. Rolls of fabric are stacked in corners, spools of thread hang from nails, organized by color and size. The tailor's hands move quickly but carefully, guiding needle and thread with precision. Every stitch is deliberate, every seam intentional. What seems like ordinary sewing becomes an act of creation. Each backpack he assembles is a story, each uniform a bridge to opportunity. Outside, the city wakes slowly. Street vendors arrange their stalls, bicycle bells ring, rickshaws rev their engines. Yet inside the tiny shop, time flows differently. Hours pass unnoticed. The tailor sometimes works through the night, guided only by a single hanging bulb, his small lantern of dedication illuminating the fabric beneath his fingers. He doesn't need anyone to watch him, doesn't ask for approval or gratitude. For him, the work itself is its own reward. The story begins quietly, but the impact is profound. One rainy morning, as dark clouds unleashed sheets of water onto the streets, he noticed a small boy trudging through puddles toward school. His uniform was tattered, shoes barely holding together, his small bag soaked and falling apart. Without hesitation, the tailor stepped outside, hands working with practiced efficiency, and provided a dry uniform, new shoes, and a sturdy backpack. The boy's eyes, wide and shining with disbelief and gratitude, held a spark the tailor knew all too well, the spark of hope that can change a life. It is these moments that define his year. And though he struggles with the cost of materials, with sleepless nights, with the aches and fatigue of age, he continues. For him, counting money is secondary. The tally he cares about is in smiles, in attendance, in children walking confidently into classrooms with their new school bags. Neighbors sometimes whisper in curiosity, sometimes with admiration. They see him working quietly and wonder how someone with so little can give so much. His generosity is not loud, not flamboyant. It is measured, intentional, and consistent. Every bag, every stitch, every uniform is a deliberate act of transformation. Parents speak of him in hushed, reverent tones. He didn't just sew fabric, they say. He sewed futures, and in those simple words lies the truth of his impact. The children who receive these gifts often carry them with pride, walking taller, feeling included, seeing themselves as equal to the children who can afford more. A backpack becomes more than an accessory, it is a shield against exclusion, a badge of self-respect, a tool of empowerment. The process is meticulous. Every year, he visits fabric markets, sometimes traveling miles on foot, examining every roll of cloth. He calculates every inch of material, every penny spent, ensuring that the money stretches as far as possible without sacrificing quality. Threads, zippers, straps, buttons, all are selected with care. Nothing is wasted, nothing is frivolous. Each decision carries weight because each stitch can affect a child's confidence, attendance, and ultimately, future. And yet, for all the planning, unpredictability always lurks. Delayed shipments, sudden shortages, broken sewing machines, even illness threaten to halt the process. But year after year, he finds a way. There is a tension in his work, an unspoken question: will the children receive everything in time? And each year, despite obstacles, the answer is always yes. Somehow, the backpacks are ready, the uniforms finished, the hope delivered. The anticipation in the community grows each year. Children whisper to each other about the tailor who gives gifts. Parents wonder if their child will be chosen. The suspense is subtle but pervasive, a quiet heartbeat running through the neighborhood. And when the day arrives, and children receive the backpacks and uniforms, the joy is palpable. Laughter, wide eyes, shy smiles, gratitude spilling from small hearts, all are testament to the impact of one person's quiet dedication. Every stitch he pulls, every bag he completes, carries an invisible weight of humanity. His hands may be rough, his body tired, but his spirit is unyielding. He is a silent hero, a guardian of dreams, a craftsman of futures. The city may not notice, the media may not cover him, yet his work resonates far beyond the walls of his tiny shop. The sun dips low behind the city's skyline, casting long shadows over the streets. Inside the tiny tailor shop, the man keeps working, oblivious to the changing light outside. His hands move rhythmically, almost hypnotically, guiding the needle through fabric. Each stitch carries purpose, each seam bears silent promises. There is no applause here, only the quiet affirmation of his own conscience. As the day stretches into evening, children begin arriving, one by one. Some peek around corners, shyly approaching, unsure if the stories they have heard are true. Then they see it, the backpacks, bright and new, the neatly pressed uniforms, each tailored to fit them perfectly. Their faces light up with wonder and disbelief. Many have never owned a new uniform or a proper school bag in their lives. Some are hesitant, almost afraid to accept such generosity. Others run forward with joy, clutching the gifts tightly to their chests. Parents follow closely, some wiping away tears, others nodding in quiet gratitude. "He didn't just make a bag," one mother whispers. "He gave my child confidence. He gave my child dignity." It is a ritual of transformation, repeated every year, but never losing its power. Each child who leaves the shop carries more than material goods. They leave with hope renewed, with the belief that the world can be kinder than their circumstances suggest. Even as the tailor observes, a subtle tension remains. He knows that not every child can be helped, that the resources are finite, and yet his resolve does not waver. There is a rhythm to his work, a heartbeat of persistence. He moves from one task to another, measuring, cutting, stitching, packing, each motion deliberate, precise, almost meditative. Time seems to stretch, folding the day and night into a continuum of purpose. Neighbors begin to gather outside, quietly observing. Some leave small contributions of money or fabric. Some offer help without being asked. Yet the tailor remains resolute. He will accept only what is necessary to continue the mission. He refuses praise, he refuses recognition. All that matters is the children. Their laughter, their confidence, their ability to walk into school without shame, these are the true rewards. By nightfall, the shop is a scene of quiet chaos. Piles of completed backpacks stacked neatly, uniforms folded carefully, threads and scraps scattered across the floor. The hum of the sewing machine slows, then stops. The man steps back, surveys his work, and allows himself a small, fleeting smile. Outside, the city sleeps, unaware of the transformation that has just occurred within this tiny room. The ripple effects of his work are subtle but profound. Children who might have dropped out now attend school consistently. They carry themselves differently, walk taller, feel included. Teachers notice the change, classmates notice the difference. What began as a humble act of sewing becomes a chain of impact reaching far beyond the tailor's imagination. Yet, the story is not without struggle. There are nights when the tailor doubts, when the weight of responsibility presses heavily on his shoulders. Will he have enough material? Will he manage to finish the backpacks in time? Will the children who need help most actually receive it? And still, despite the uncertainty, he persists. There is a quiet courage in his persistence, a stubborn refusal to let circumstances dictate outcomes. Over the years, the work has grown. More children arrive, more families seek assistance, yet the tailor adapts, finding ways to stretch every resource, to innovate, to ensure no child is left behind. Each year, the challenge increases, but so does the impact. And each year, the gratitude he receives is unspoken, quiet, yet overwhelming in its significance. One particularly memorable day, a young boy came running into the shop, tears streaming down his cheeks. He had lost his previous backpack on the way to school. Without hesitation, the tailor gave him a new one, perfectly stitched, and insisted he take it immediately. That boy's face lit up in a way that no photograph could ever capture. That moment, the intersection of need, generosity, and pure human connection, embodied everything the tailor's mission stood for. As night deepens, he sits quietly in his small room, counting the empty backpacks, imagining the children who will walk into classrooms tomorrow. There is a satisfaction here that is almost sacred, a deep, unspoken joy that cannot be quantified, measured, or bought. It is the quiet knowledge that his work matters, that he has shaped lives in ways the world may never fully understand. In a society often obsessed with visibility, recognition, and fame, this tailor remains a whisper. He does not seek the spotlight. His heroism is quiet, patient, enduring. Yet in his small, deliberate acts, he demonstrates the transformative power of kindness, commitment, and empathy. He reminds us that one person's dedication, no matter how humble, can create waves that touch hundreds, even thousands. The children leave the shop carrying more than school supplies. They carry a belief in possibility, a sense of self-worth, and an understanding that someone cares deeply about their future. And for the tailor, this is enough. The city may never know his name, the world may never recognize him, yet in the quiet lives of these children, his legacy endures. Every year, the cycle begins anew. Materials are sourced, threads are sorted, backpacks and uniforms are stitched with care. Each year brings uncertainty, challenges, and fatigue, but also the same incredible reward, the knowledge that lives are being changed quietly, profoundly, and without fanfare. This story is a testament to the extraordinary that exists within the ordinary. It shows that heroism does not always roar, sometimes, it whispers softly in a small tailor shop. It teaches that compassion, consistency, and determination can mend futures as surely as needles mend fabric. It is a reminder that even in a world rushing past unnoticed, one person's quiet commitment can create a brighter tomorrow. As the night settles fully over the city, the tailor extinguishes the light in his shop. The machines fall silent, the threads lie in their spools. The backpacks and uniforms, stacked neatly, await their journey to children who will carry hope into their schools. In these simple acts, in these quiet rooms, lives have been transformed. Futures have been sown, dreams have been nurtured, and for the man who began with little more than a needle, thread, and heart, the rewards are timeless. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and continue exploring the unrevealed realities, where every hidden story matters.